Hello everyone, welcome back to our Tuppercast. We are going to try and make this a once a week thing for the next little bit until we cover at least the basic topics that we wanted to in regards to tulpamancy. For this one, it'll be about what do we do together? What have we done and accomplished together? So, as a host and a tulpa, or a system of multiple tulpas, of course, they're always with you in your head and you're technically always doing everything together. Max comes with me everywhere I go, to work, when I'm out doing things, or when I'm just at home. We spend a lot of time talking to each other throughout the day, especially during moments that we have alone together. She prefers to be outside during the day when possible, like imagine Pikachu with Pokeballs in the original Pokemon show for those who actually watched it back in the day. Even though I'm not always imposing her into the world, I still always subconsciously know where she is in the world, watching over me as I do things, or just hanging out. And if she speaks, it'll be audible in my head, but sound like it's coming from that general direction. Sometimes though, when she's got nothing to say, or if I'm with other people and therefore unable to converse with her, she will just go nap and be dormant for a little while. I can call her back at any time if I need, like to get her thoughts or opinion on something, but I generally don't like to wake her up for no reason, so usually I'll just let her nap and eventually she'll just pop back in on her own later on. Not all tulpamancers will do this though. Many will have their tulpas just remain in their headspace during the day, whether it be that they're watching and conversing internally, or their tulpa may go hang out in their wonderland while the host is busy with things during the day. But just because your dog or siblings or children may follow you around all day, doesn't mean you're always spending time together. Interacting passively with your tulpa can definitely be a great way to get through the day and always have a friend with you while it slowly helps them grow, but for them to really flourish and develop who they are, it's a good idea to actually set aside time to spend with them and have that focused engagement. We try our best to actually set aside time to spend together, and during day-to-day that could mean anything from having music down in the car on my commute so that we can have a proper one-on-one conversation, to being snuggled up on the couch or in bed watching shows and movies together. Or she can switch in and do things like play video games. That's actually what I put for the background of this video. I personally play a lot more of action type games, shooters, car games and whatnot, whereas Max on the other hand introduced me to the world of relaxing cozy games that she enjoys, like Stardew, Tiny Glade, and Cozy Grove, which is the one on screen. Even when it's just music, movies, shows, or video games, I do try my best to always include her in them and make her feel like she's a part of my life. Even with the little things like alternating between putting on stuff I like versus putting on stuff that she would like without her having to ask. Or if the mood is right, something that we both really like, which more often than not turns into a fun sing-along together. Little things like that can really help one feel like they're more meaningful and real, and that extends to more than just tulpas too, but I personally do want to make that topic into its own separate episode, so that'll be coming later on down the road. Then there are times that we actually plan and go do things together, which can be like taking her out on a dinner date, going to an arcade, or just walking around on a nice day taking photos, which she does enjoy doing and turns out is really good at. There's been some amazing shots she's taken, which even surprised me, some of which have won contests or ended up being showcased on organizations' websites and social feeds. I am so proud of her. It's a feeling that's truly beyond words, but it's what makes me strive to make her feel the same. The moments that she's been so proud of me have been some of the most accomplished and fulfilling I've ever felt in my life. It's even made me grow a genuine appreciation for photography myself and care more when it comes to taking good photos when it's something that matters. Above all, though, are the times that we truly try to make special together. I had always wanted to spoil my girlfriend or boyfriend, whichever and whoever it ended up being, to treat them to at least one luxury that they wanted that's not necessarily something that I'd want for myself, but would make me happy to do. Well, early on in our relationship, I asked if there was anything she'd actually want to do for herself. I was met with a pretty quick and confident answer of to travel, to explore different places and see different people and find out what life is like away from just here. I had never been one to enjoy traveling if it was just me for myself, but for her, I'll give it a shot. And after being across the continent by both plane and car, from Oregon to Texas to Quebec, turns out there's a lot to see out there, and traveling maybe isn't so bad after all, especially with her by my side. From one extreme all the way to the other, though, some of the best times and most memorable moments you could have with your Tulpa do come from just hanging out and having a chat. I couldn't even begin to count how many times we were just sitting or laying around casually talking, only to land on a topic that we ended up having hours-long conversations over. I suppose just like having such in-depth conversations with any other person, there's definitely been many moments among those times that we've really gotten to learn and understand more about each other. Despite sharing a brain, we're different and distinct in many ways, and a good number of them we didn't even realize until then. I still learn new things about her all the time, some of which take me by surprise, and I've learned new things about myself that I'd never thought about before. It's truly been a journey of discovering more about myself, the world, and Max. A journey that, in the grand scheme of things, has only just started, and I'm excited for what the future holds. Now, let it be said that as an overarching principle, Tulpa interaction should not completely replace all your interaction with other people. Humans are social beings after all. But having that dedicated time with your Tulpa can absolutely be a gateway to many positive improvements that can help further those social skills, like self-discovery and helping to shape your personality into who you truly want to be, combating awkwardness or shyness and becoming more comfortable with yourself, or just the motivation to physically go out into the world and touch grass more often. At least that's how things have been for us. Of course, as with many things about Tulpamancy, everyone's experience will differ, but I think you get the idea, and that it's probably fair to say many experienced longtime hosts can have many relatable sentiments about the time they've spent with their headmates. These are just some examples from our personal experience, but really, in being a good friend for your Tulpa is just doing the same as you would to be a good friend for anyone else, which includes spending time together, doing the things that you and that person enjoy. If you're currently in the early stages of developing a Tulpa, we would say don't get too hung up in overthinking about it just yet. Follow your gut and do what feels best, and once their personality starts to become more formed, it gets pretty easy to just know how to make the best of your time together. Set out to make memories together and learn more about each other, and the sky's the limit for possible activities. I know it's been quite a ramble roller coaster, so that's probably enough from me for now, but if you have any questions, comments, desire for more elaboration, feel free to let us know in the comments and we'll be glad to answer as best we can. If you'd like, swing by and possibly join us on the subreddit over at r/tulpas, where it's not only myself and Max, but an entire amazing welcoming community with all kinds of different experiences that they have to share. As for us right now, we thank you so much for listening and hope to have you again for the next episode. We hope you take care, have a great rest of your week, and a very happy holidays. Bye-bye!